Hi! So last year I made something I called my semi-ultimate Taylor Swift playlist. I went through her entire discography and sort of broke things up into different sections, and then I chose up to 5 but no less than 2 songs from each of those sections to make my semi-ultimate playlist. So the sections are the main albums, so what were originally released, including bonus tracks, and then the vault tracks are their own thing because some of them, I think especially Red, has a pretty large set of vault tracks, and so I wanted to include that as a separate thing that I could choose from because then it gets a little hard to narrow things down. And then my third section was just soundtrack songs, so songs that she made specifically for movies. And as I was doing it last year, I kind of realized that when I had songs that were too much in competition with each other, I would just strike them. So it was a little ruthless in that sense. But now, even though we are almost 3 months into the new year, I've decided that I am going to make my semi-ultimate playlist yet again for 2024. Okay, so following along with the same naming, there's a technical, we're just gonna call it Swift 24. It's like in tech or something, the rules that you follow, I don't know. All right, Swift 24. And then we start off with Debut, which we have not gotten the re-recording for yet. So this is just gonna be original tracks off of the album. Alright, so I'm not sure if my songs have changed too much from this one. I definitely know that Picture to Burn is going to go right on there. And one of my main points of logic, so this is what I am feeling right now. And it doesn't even necessarily have to do with what I think are her best songs. It's just the ones that are kind of in my blood at the moment. So we did Picture to Burn. Ones that have grown on me are A Place in This World and Cold as You. And I do, see, this is where, so the picks for me are between Tim McGraw, Picture to Burn, Teardrops on My Guitar, A Place in This World, Cold as You, Should Have Said No, and Our Song. Oh, but then The Outside. See, it gets hard. It really truly does get hard. Okay, let's just do the easy ones. Like, I can't let go of Picture to Burn and Should Have Said No. They're probably my favorites off the album. Okay, so then that leaves us with 3 left. Oh, you know what? I think it's going to be Cold as You and The Outside. What is that? Put us at 4? 4 songs? I'm not that stressed. Now this is probably going to come down to, do I like one more particularly than the others? Otherwise, we're going to leave it at 4. Last time it was only at 3 because I think there was too much competition. Surprisingly, I didn't put on Our Song. I don't know what. And I will admit that some of it there are some that I have listened to a lot. And so like Our Song is definitely one of them. I had listened to that one a lot. So it's a little oversaturated for me. I still enjoy it. But like I always like Picture to Burn and Should Have Said No, no matter how many times I've listened to it. I like the angry songs apparently. I think I'm gonna leave it because I can't decide. All right, Fearless. So the way that I did this before is that this doesn't particularly matter, but for some reason I go through the main album first and then I go back and I do the vaults. So this is going to be Fearless, Taylor's version, but only the main album and whatever was considered bonus tracks, which is a lot for this one. Okay, but from the bulk of Fearless is going to be 20 tracks. Whew. First of all, I already know that the song Fearless is gonna go right on because I think after hearing it over and over again on the Eras tour, it grew on me quite a bit. So we're gonna definitely start with Fearless, and I'm going to go immediately to Tell Me Why and Forever and Always. It's like, I guess I have my 2 favorite tracks. I don't know if that's the same for all of them, but in both of these cases, I have the 2 that I have to have on there. All right, so we've got Fearless, Tell Me Why, Forever and Always, and then what? I said this last time, I'm not huge on Love Story. I do like You Belong With Me. I still like it, but this is where we will get into another underlying facet when I choose these songs, and that I also go by how fun they are to sing, which, I know that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with how moving they are, how good musically they are, but You Belong With Me is really hard for me to sing. It's too high but it's not my head voice, just something where like the change, the flip is for me. It's right in between somewhere that's really uncomfortable. But should I really, really be basing it off of that? And the answer is, that is what I do. I put it on last time though, I think. So if we're gonna give some other ones another time to shine, The Way I Loved You has moved up for me. So I'm gonna put that one on there. Oh, we're already at 4, aren't we? Dang it. What are we gonna do? You know what? We're gonna bring it back to White Horse. Let's go with a classic. I had kind of been white horsed out for a little bit, but now I'm sort of white horsed back in, as one can be. Is that up to 5? That's done already. All right, Speak Now TV. So again, none of the vault tracks. Whoops. What I was saying is that we're not doing the vault tracks right now. Vault tracks come later. Okay, so Sparks Fly. Let's see if it's going to be 2 again. The 2 that I have to have. All right. That, no, it's not just 2. I can't relegate it to just 2. But definitely Sparks Fly. Oh, okay. Mean, you know, is still one that I really like. It's one that I think I said this last time, it plays in my head a lot. I just start singing that one out of nowhere. So it kind of has to be. All right, now I'm gonna go with Haunted. The order in which I place them on the playlist has absolutely also nothing to do with how good they are. I mean, I guess you could read into it that subconsciously has something to do with how good I think they are or how much they appeal to me at this moment, but that's not part of the criteria. All right, that's 3. So we got Sparks Fly, Mean, Haunted, Last Kiss, and I feel like this is a sign my eyes keep going in on the story of us. I feel like something inside of me is telling me to do that one. Did I already use them all up? Yeah. Maybe I should think about this more. I was real pensive with the first album, but now I'm just going, you know, rifling through everything. All right. Red. Okay, so how many tracks do we have to choose from here? 19. Ooh. What are my absolutes? Well, State of Grace. That's a pretty absolute one. And you know what? I still really like Come Back Be Here. That one has not gone down. I think I put it on last time. If I didn't, it was definitely in the running. And I know I'm not talking too much about like which ones are in competition because I'm just looking at it with my eyes, but like a lot of them are. So like even like out of the like typical hits off of Red, for example, you know, I enjoy We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. I just think it's fun. And I Knew You Were Trouble. I Knew You Were Trouble is one that I like to sing or try to sing. 22 is not as much one for me as far as like the bigger hits go. But am I gonna keep I Knew You Were Trouble? That is still in the running because I still just enjoy it. It's not, I know that's probably super oversaturated for some people, but I am not one of those people. But why be a bop when you can be sad? I still like The Moment I Knew. I think it makes me sad. I don't want to feel sad, but okay, am I only at 2? I think I'm only at 2. So last time I know I put the Lucky one on. That one has gone down a little bit for me right now. What's gone up? I forget if I put Red on last one. I do really like Red. Treacherous. I think I also had, did I do the last time? The last time? Alright, I'm gonna do, what are we at? I'm gonna do Red, the song Red. And then that puts us, where does that put us? That puts us at 4. And I think everything else is too, there's too much to discuss with the other ones. So I'm just gonna leave it at 4. All right, 1989. My favorite song off of this album is probably I Know Places. That's been my favorite for like a year or more. So I'm gonna stick with that. Okay, so that's 1. Wonderland did go up for, am I gonna choose Wonderland though? I don't know. Out of the Woods has crawled up for me. I still really like Blank Space. I think Blank Space is an excellent pop song. I really like All You Had to Do. I can't let go of All You Had to Do Was Stay. I can't do that. Oh, Wildest Dreams. See, even like, cause I know Blank Space and Wildest Dreams are mega hits, oversaturated, yes, but not for me. And even like Blank Space was one that I listened to a lot, kind of like in secret, but on repeat. I would go for like long walks and just have blank space on repeat for like a 2-mile walk. Anyway, so am I gonna, okay, but then, so then it's, okay, here are my contenders. And this is gonna sound really rude because I'm gonna be leaving out a chunk of songs and it's like, oh, those definitely aren't favorites. Which is true. They're not favorites. So it's gonna be between still Blank Space, Out of the Woods, Wildest Dreams, Clean, Wonderland. And we only have 3 left. So, okay. I'm gonna give Wonderland its moment because I haven't given it a moment before. I know lots of people have, but I have not. So I'm gonna give it a moment. Okay, that's down. We have 2 left. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do Out of the Woods because again, that's one I haven't given as much of a moment. And then I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know why I'm acting like this is so dramatic, but I don't know. I think I'm surprising myself in some ways because usually I'm a pretty like basic person. You know, I do choose hits a lot of the time, but in this case I can't justify which of the 2 big hits, and then it's in competition with a couple of other things. It's complicated. All right, moving on. Reputation. And we don't have Taylor's version, as we all know at this point in time. Okay, so how much have I changed? Not too much, I don't think. I'm gonna do Call It What You Want. I don't remember if I put that one on last time, but even if I had, it's also grown on me. Call It What You Want. King of My Heart, I enjoy greatly, but now. So I do like, so Look What You Made Me Do is like a huge hit off of this, and I do like it a lot. Oh, I think I forget if I had chosen Ready For It last time. I feel like I would have, but I've listened to that one a lot, and so it's a little. We've had it enough. I like both I Did Something Bad and Don't Blame Me. Look What You Made Me Do has had its moment. Gorgeous is fun. I don't think that's gonna make the cut this time. I'm still gonna put on Getaway Car. I know that's a really typical choice, but I think it's a good song. Like, I don't know what to tell you. All right, we're already at 3, aren't we? You know what? I am still feeling Don't Blame Me, even over I Did Something Bad, which may be shocking because I feel like I Did Something Bad is definitely in people's minds because they think that that's going to be tied in with the Eras Tour announcement, if that is how that comes to pass. She hasn't done it yet, and maybe some people are a little bit Don't Blame Me'd out because it's part of the Eras Tour, but again, I'm still feeling it, so one more slot. I'm not, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave that at 4. It's too much otherwise. Okay, moving on to Lover. Now, we've had some changes since I did this. We have the addition of All of the Girls You Loved Before, which I know was indicated as a vault track. I think that's how it's labeled. I can check, but I'm considering it a bonus track because it's 1 track. All right, I know that Cruel Summer was on there and it's gonna be on there again. I think it's an excellent pop song, like just objectively. All right, one that I'm not sure, I don't remember if I put I Think He Knows on there, but that one definitely goes on there now. Death by a Thousand Cuts, I cannot release. I'm already up to 3. I do like All of the Girls You Loved Before, and so I actually think that I am going to find that and put it on. Now the question is, we get into our other competitions. I think I definitely had Lover on there, which I still do like a lot, but it may have had its moments. Afterglow has moved up for me, as has False God. Oh, now I'm contemplating. I think I'm gonna go with Afterglow. It was between that and False God, but I've made my choice for this year. All right, Folklore. Now again, this has to be the deluxe version because I am including the lakes. I'm considering the lakes as part of this section. I'm not necessarily going to choose the lakes. Oh boy. All right, I still really like the one. My Tears Ricochet, I just don't think that I can let go of. This Is Me Trying has moved up for me. I do, and Mirror Ball, but I don't know if I, Folklore is a hard one for me because I like it very much, but it's also a matter of thinking of it outside of the context of an album, of its own album. So The Last Great American Dynasty, I like very much. I feel like it's had its moment for me right now. August, I love, but I've listened to it a lot, so it's okay. And I think even Cardigan, I can let go, so So it's more, I might go with still Betty and Illicit Affairs. And I think I can live with that. This is one of my favorite albums, so it's going to be, of course, but I really like, just shh. No, we chose it. It's temporary. It's right now. It's fine. Oh, goodness. Moving on to Evermore. Oh! Okay, I can't let go of 'Tis the Damn Season. I can't let go of Cowboy Like Me. I can't let go of Right Where You Left Me. Absolutely not. We're already up to 3. I think it's going to be Long Story Short. I forget if I did that one last time, but it's grown on me anyway. Oh, gosh. So a lot of them have had their moments for me. Like Willow has had a moment. Champagne Problems I've listened to a lot, and I might be able to let it rest for a bit. No Body, No Crime I've listened to a lot. I might go with Dorothea. I forget if I picked that one last time. I've always liked Dorothea. It's always been one of my favorites off of this album, so I think I'm going to go with that. There it is. How quickly our 5 comes to pass. All right. Midnights. Right off the bat, You're on Your own, kid. A lot of these are kind of like close to each other, so it's going to be... I think I'm going to go Bejeweled and Maroon, which I know a lot of people love that one. I didn't love it as much, but it's grown on me. So I'm going to do that. I think I did Antihero last time, which has had its moment for me. Karma has had its moment. I still think I'm going to go Sweet Nothing. Oh, wait a minute. How are we doing this? Oh, I consider Hits Different was a bonus track. So that is part of this. Okay. Because it was released, it was on this part of the main album and it's not part of the vaults. Hits Different is definitely going on. But now we're going to go to the 3 a.m. So we reset. So now from the 3 a.m. tracks plus You're Losing Me, we have 2 to 5 tracks to pick. And would've, could've, should've is Immediate. And then I think last time my choice was High Infidelity. Probably, I would imagine The Great War. The Great War stays. High Infidelity may not. I'm not sure, but You're Losing Me definitely makes the cut. Okay, but I think we're gonna leave it at that. Everything else is too competitive. These are fine. These are good. Now we're gonna backtrack. Oh, we have more vaults. Okay, we're gonna go back to the 1989 vault. So this is particularly newer stuff. So technically I could put this whole vault in because I think it's only 5 tracks, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be selective. So I know that Say Don't Go is going on, and then I think just Is It Over Now. Those are gonna be my 2. It's okay. We can be a little exclusive sometimes. That's fine. All right, now, Speak Now TV. Now, again, we're going to be more selective. I think it's just going to be Electric Touch and I Can See You. Actually, Foolish One is also going to make the cut. All right, now back to Red TV. We have, how many do we have to choose from in here? 9. It's a large vault. Okay, so immediately Better Man, because it's Better Man. And also, I Bet You Think About Me has still remained a fun song for me that I really enjoy. All 10 Well stays. Alright, so Forever Winter has moved up a little bit for me, and Nothing New has moved down a little bit for me. So then that kind of makes this between Nothing New, Babe, and Forever Winter. I still think Babe is gonna make the cut. One more. So it's gonna be Forever Winter or Nothing New. Or neither. We can do neither. I think we're gonna do neither. We're gonna be selective again. It's fine. Fearless vault tracks. I don't think these are going to change. I still think it's going to be You All Over Me and Mr. Perfectly Fine. Though We Were Happy, you know what? I'm gonna put in We Were Happy because that one has grown on me and I'm gonna let it, breathe a little bit more in my life. Okay, so that concludes all of the albums, I think. Like all of the main stuff. And the vaults. We don't have Reputation, we don't have Debut. Okay, I think that's it. And then all that's left are her soundtrack songs, and those will have stayed the same for me. Though in this case, so Safe and Sound was my choice. Top choice last time. It's always been a top song for me of hers, but now it's re-recorded. So that's gonna go in, and then the other one is Carolina. And so that concludes the creation of this playlist for the year. Let's see, comparing it to last year's. So last year was 55 tracks, 3 hours and 46 minutes. And so now this year, the one that we just created is 63 songs and it's 4 hours and 16 minutes because I added more. I expanded my horizons. So next year when I do this, we will have Tortured Poets in there. And unless she releases a re-recording this year, which I'm starting to think that she's not going to, but who knows, then it's just going to be that, and we'll have to wait on the vault tracks for Debut and Reputation. So that kind of concludes that. If you enjoyed this or enjoy things, you can like and subscribe. I don't ask people to do this really. Feels funny, but you know what, please, if you want to do this, I don't know if I'd call it a challenge, but it kind of is. So if you want to do this, the rules are that you choose from her main albums, 2 to 5 songs. You're allowed to have under 5, that's fine, but it can only be 1, so it's 2 to 5 songs. And then from her vault tracks, which I am sort of mixing the 3 a.m. tracks into that, even though they're not vault tracks, they're basically all bonus tracks. And then her soundtrack music, you choose 2 to 5 from all those categories, and you make your ultimate playlist for the year based on how you feel at the moment. So let me know if you try it out yourselves. You can go and watch other videos on my channel. I have other things about Taylor Swift, a couple of reactions, a couple of thoughts videos, or you can also watch me play Nancy Drew game, which if you enjoy the deducing and clue finding that goes along with being a Taylor Swift fan and you need some place to put that energy sometimes that's not Taylor Swift, then maybe you should check out the Nancy Drew computer games. They're fun and you can watch me play them also on this channel. I will see you again soon, hopefully, and until then, have a wonderful week, day, life, what have you. So long!